Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are going now. Welcome back to another stream. I know this stream's a little bit different. It's quite a late night stream. It's 3 hours later than we usually start streaming here. Typically, streams start around 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Today's stream starting at 9. Again, it's a bit late for a stream here, but you know what? We're here to have some fun here. So I got about 57 minutes here. We're going to be aiming to be done around 10. And we're just going to be going here and making some predictions here for Glendale 2024. This is not my first time doing Glendale predictions before. We have done these in the past. I think we do them for every event that comes, but I'm not 100% sure. But they're not a rare occurrence here. They're pretty typical to see when another event's coming around. Now, this is obviously a bit different. Like, we've done preseason predictions, I think, is what we did in the past, that I kind of just reapplied to Glendale. And then if Glendale had its own special lineup for, like, postseason, then I would do a prediction stream. So, typically I wouldn't do one like this. But, I mean, I think it'll be fun to kind of just take a look and see how accurate we can get this here. I'm definitely going to be doing a stream like this for the World Finals once the official lineup is out for the World Finals. Of course, as of now, there is no official lineup out yet, so we're just going to be rolling with the lineup predictions for now until the full lineup is out. Right off the bat, by the way, my lineup predictions for the World Finals are wrong, and Dalton did get in, which is massive news and awesome news, but that does mean our predictions are wrong. I don't know if Matt Cody's going to be going or not. It doesn't mean Matt Cody's not going. It just means he's not automatically invited because Dalton was instead. So, yeah. Anyway, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Stadium Series West lineup for this year, we have Adam Anderson and Gravesinger, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, Bari Musauer and Zombie, Caleb Ludd and the Soldier Fortune, Colt Stevens and the Thunder Roars, Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid, Jim Kohler and the Avenger, Corey Rummel and the Megalodon, Chris Kohler and the Monster Mutt, Joe Foley and the El Toro Loco, Mike Christensen and Vendetta, and Too Tall, David Olfert and Velociraptor. That is the full series lineup for this year. Again, we didn't look through all the pages because it's more or less reciting by memory, but yes, that is your full 12 truck lineup, and it should be the normal lineup for once this season. There's not going to be any weird fill-ins or anything, at least as of now. That is the plan. So, without any further delay, let's get into this here. So, there's a lot to base this off of right off the bat. Now, one of the biggest things here, we're going to be taking a look at the points. The points race is already over. As we know, Ryan has been granted that series championship, but I think it'll still be some fun to kind of see how points towards the lower half shake up with really any of these 4 spots right here being interchangeable at any given moment depending on their performance coming into the rest of the season. Like, any of these drivers could end up in 7th, any of these drivers could end up all the way down in 10th, and it's really just going to depend on that bit of consistency that they can grab. So I think depending on what they're looking for with points, or even if you know, Bari doesn't stay consistent, he gets caught up with from Corey or something like that, or Corey and Colt. You know, there's a lot of different things that could happen here with points, but of course the points leader is already determined, so I think that could kind of lean us away from certain things being possibilities here. That said, let's move right into this. So we're going to start with racing. Racing is a really hard one to do predictions for, and the reason for that is the bracket is completely random. And without any official bracket given right now, there's no way for me to know who's going to be matched up against who. So I could say a certain group of drivers is going to be out round 1, but it would be impossible because they were matched up against each other, so they couldn't have both been out. So that's one thing that makes making racing predictions really hard. So racing predictions aren't really relevant aside from who's in the finals or who wins, because there's no other way to really have any good clue as to who's going to have what. Now, there are automatic advancements, and I think because of that, I'm gonna kind of base those off of wrong place. That's okay, yeah. I'm gonna kind of base those off of how racing went most recently. So in Hampton, we saw racing Adam. Yeah. So Adam's been a fast racer there. On that note, it's important to note like whether Adam really has a common theme of getting automatic advancements or not, because as we see here, he got none this night, but he did get one this night. But I think because of the fact that he's coming off of a win streak like that, welcome Monster Jam Extreme, I think because of the fact that he's coming off of a win streak like that, we'll probably see him automatically in advancement. So let's do it like this. So we're gonna kind of just do our own little thing here. And again, this is the thing that makes racing so difficult is there's no given bracket. So you really have no way to know how accurate your racing predictions are going to be, because they could end up being completely wrong purely based on what the bracket ends up looking like. But in general, I want to take a lot of time to look at the automatic advancements part, because I think that's, if it wants to load, that's going to be massive here in trying to determine who's going to make it at least into that next round. Adam has a very common theme of getting them, so I'm going to say for this one, Adam Anderson will get an automatic advancement. Again, this is completely random, right? And honestly, this might not even be a necessary thing to have. I'm going to delete this one entirely. We don't really need that. Joe Foley has not been on a good racing streak, I don't think. Surprisingly, had an auto advancement here, but it didn't really last. We look at, where is it? El Paso. Yeah, so Joe Foley has a really bad racing record this year, which, like, I'm not going to trash on him as a driver. Like, easily Joe Foley is one of the best drivers when it comes to freestyle specifically, though. Yeah, Team Scream, Joe Foley, I think, is specifically the one I'm looking at here. Maybe even Chris, looking at this. But, oh yeah, this one Chris made it to the finals, too. You know, you really got to kind of pick apart every different driver. Here we see some bad races that went down for Bari. Now let's take a look at more recent events here. Was Bari still having a rough time with racing? So it looks like Bari very consistently hasn't been able to get much footing in this event, or in this competition. So I'm gonna say Bari here. Again, this could, like, if Joe Foley and Bari Musauer face up in round 1, automatically all of our predictions go out of the window, because it's impossible for that to be a matchup anymore, because of the fact that, like, only one of them can advance on. So, and one of them has to advance on. Like, it's kind of like a crossover thing like that. So, it's kind of difficult here. And it does come down to what that lineup ends up being, so I can't really plan ahead for that. Chris might honestly not. We see Chris had a really bad streak in Hampton. Looking back from Hampton, I don't know if they actually had an event. Albany, yeah. No. Albany was arena, yeah. Did they? Yeah, they had to have. Okay. But is that just because it's arenas? Is that why Chris had such bad luck? Let's take a look at that. Let's go back here and analyze some of these past events again. Cause I don't know. Let's say Chris here. I think Chris is a. Well, I have to go at what we have given to us. I mean, Bari just hasn't been racing. He lost round 1 both times in El Paso. I'm pretty sure From when we looked at Arlington, it wasn't great. He didn't make it to the finals in Arlington. We'll give him that. But, you know, you kind of have to read into everything. And, that was another good race from him. But again, see, here he's out. Here he's out. This one, he was another win in Nampa. So that is something important to note. But looking at the fact that back in Hampton, it was a big struggle again, I think that's really where most of this decision came from. Hampton was a struggle, but then again, you look back at Des Moines, and he had a really good streak going. So it's really 50-50 for him, but I have to think on a narrow scope with this, because again, I think if there was a bracket, it would be a lot easier to kind of decide, but it's a lot more broad what I'm working with, so it's a lot harder to just stay completely accurate with what we have to work with here. So I really want to, everything with this tour has been arenas lately, and that's difficult because you're really trying to analyze what they're going to be competing with here in Glendale, and that's stadiums, and they just haven't had a lot of stadiums recently. And this is, you know, around fill-in time. Charlie Pauken was here, so that's obviously a bit different as well. But you take a look at that, and this is the first live stream event, just a separate note here. Oh, this was that whole weird thing that neither could advance, also advanced, also advanced. That was the weirdest racing ever. But again, Bari out round 1, Chris out round 1. Those are things that are very important to note here. So yeah, was Birmingham their last stadium event? Seattle was, I think, their last one that they did. Yeah. Looking at Seattle again, Bari out round 1. It's just it's a rough streak for Bari, and I'm thinking for that last driver, I might honestly be, I don't know. Like, it's not because he's a bad driver, but I might be eyeing too tall. There is that last round 1 out here. It's really hard to make these decisions, so I do kind of need your guys' help here on what you guys are thinking. But again, a lot of it's going to come down to what the bracket looks like, because right now there's no way to know. Here's what I'll say. We'll do Kayla here. And we can't get too caught on one competition right now because we only have so much time. We're going to have to, you know, be able to move through this swiftly here. I'm going to say David Olfert in round 2 gets out. Jim Kohler, I don't see him getting extremely far in racing. It's just not generally a thing for him. You know, kind of looking at what else we have to work with here. Cole Stevens, I think, is a fair pick to be out in this round. And, man, see, now it's a little bit of a tough choice for us here. And let me actually just get that, or no, it's already here anyway. Maybe Camden, honestly. If we look at some things here. Camden seems like he does decent, but doesn't win. That seems to be how racing goes for him. Yeah, we're seeing several round 2 outs here for Camden, so we're going to go with him here. Then what we'll do here is we'll just say who's in the semis. So it's going to be Corey Rummel. Who else would that be? It would be Adam Anderson, Ryan Anderson, and Mike Christensen. I don't know what it is, but Glendale really has a thing for Gravediggers, like Gravedigger finals. Like all the time. like, I swear, like, every time they're here, like, it was Weston and Ryan just this last time, and then Ryan and Adam both times in 2021, in the earlier parts of that season. So it's just kind of a theme here that I notice when there's multiple members of the Gravedigger team. They always seem to end out in the finals, and here, I'll show you what we're talking about here. It just always happens, so in a way, I feel like I want to include that in the predictions, because it just always happens. Maybe the track is why it's losing in round 1. I don't know, that's odd. It could be possible. Now it's tough, the choice between Ryan and Adam. I don't know what that's about. Ryan did really good in El Paso. We gotta look at the most recent that we can get, though, and that's Seattle. Ryan did make it farther than Adam in Seattle, and I think, all things considered, that's gonna make Ryan your racing winner. Let you join? Do you want to? Okay, wait. There is a problem. I don't know if it's possible, because I'd have to switch streaming services. What I can do without doing that is I'd have to just, like, call you on my phone and do it that way. But yeah, I can't just, like, do the link thing like I normally would, because it's a different streaming service that I'm using to stream it. But I could just, like, hit you up and then have that. That's the best I can do, unfortunately, because I would have had to plan ahead and done it with Streamlabs, which is this app right here. Instead, I did it with OBS, which is this app right here, which is the one I do when I do solo streams. So yeah, that's unfortunately the only real thing we can do for that one there. Alright. Skills! We're into skills. Before we start skills, let me see if that's gonna work or not. Alright, yeah, we got an audio call coming in. Alright. Hope you're all ready, ladies and gentlemen, because Max is about to be joining the stream. Here we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, here he is, everyone. Max is here. He's alive and well.
Zona Nation, what's up, everyone?
Absolutely. So I'm not really sure how the audio is going to sound on this. We're just going to kind of roll with it here. But yeah, so before we go anywhere else, I'm just going to pull up racing. You can see this, right? You can see, well, there's a stream delay, but yeah. There's a bit of a stream delay, but it sucks. That's just what we're going to have to deal with, because, yeah. But, do you like what we have going for racing, or is there any major thing that sticks out that should be changed?
Let me look back into racing real quick.
Yeah.
I can definitely see Camden in the finals.
I think it's possible, but I think, like, consistency-wise, he doesn't seem to make it as late in racing as most other drivers do. This year specifically.
That's true. Either for finals, I have Adam versus Ryan, or Ryan versus Camden, or hell, even Adam versus Camden. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Even Adam, like, I could see Mike getting to finals. I think he has here before. Him or maybe Travis did. I don't remember. I know Team Throttle did make it once, but yeah. I think, like, you know what I mean, though, right? Like, Weston and Ryan made finals last year. 2021, both the May shows were Ryan and Adam. It's just, like, a thing with that. That's kind of where I got that from, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, we'll see what the track will be like in Glendale for this year.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Alright. Do you think everything else with racing is fairly okay, at least?
Yeah, this sounds fair.
Alright. Let's move to skills. So, when I do this, normally I usually say the bottom three. Lower, middle. Oops. Upper, middle. and then top 3. That's usually the way I do skills. If you want, we can choose a winner, but I don't usually go that far. Let's get this all pulled up here. Alright, I did that the slow way. Oops, now I'm being an idiot. Okay, who should we get out of the way put to the bottom? Mike Christensen, I think?
Why are you actually mean to my buddy Mike?
I'm not being mean. When's the last time you saw Mike do like he can do some little nose wheelies, but when's the last time you saw Mike Christensen do a solid moonwalk or something like that?
Last year. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think Mike's got to be in the bottom 3. He's not like a bad driver, but he's not really, especially Glendale fans. Like me included, the Glendale fans are thirsty for bicycles. If you look at the points, the way or like the scores normally.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I don't really know who else to just put towards the maybe Jim.
I can definitely see Jim being on top 5 for sure.
I could see him being at the top, but I feel like I'd be like compared to the other drivers we have to work with, I'd be more inclined to have him towards the bottom, I think.
Huh. Well, Jim's been cooking lately. Not sure what happened last time.
Yeah. Jim, he's probably gonna try and do that a step-up thing. He's gonna try and launch it.
Yeah.
And then he'll probably try a maximum moonwalk if I had to guess.
Yeah, hopefully he can do a natural maximum moonwalk this time. That'll be cool.
He'll try. Okay, rather than just focusing on the bottom, I think it's safe to say Ryan's gonna be in the top.
Oh yeah. I'll say for number 3, I'll definitely say Sword of Fortune.
For the top 3 or the bottom 3?
The bottom 3, I meant bottom 3.
Yeah. That's fair. I really feel like maybe Bari or Jim or sometimes Colt could end up in that lower half.
Knowing Bari, he's under his typical slop. Willie always under his typical cycle.
Well, the Cyclones did score pretty well last time he was here.
Yep, that is correct.
Let me actually check. I'm pretty sure it was up there, though. Let me check the points here, or the results. Oh, that's not what I asked for. There it is. I'm pretty sure it scored well. Yeah, he got 2nd place with his Cyclones last time.
A word.
So, the Glendale fans are sometimes better, sometimes worse with the scoring. I feel like that one's kind of fair. I'm between Bari, Colts, or Jim. Who do you think?
For in the middle?
For the lower 3, last one.
Well, I thought we agreed on with Mike, Soldier Fortune, and
was it Bari?
No, not Bari.
Jim?
I can definitely see Jim do top 5.
Maybe Colt.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do Colt. What would you say Glendale usually thinks about moonwalks? I feel like it's kind of.
I don't know. Every time I see her try to do a moonwalk, either it fails to do or it just flips forward. Like, I don't know what's with the dirt in Glendale. Like trucks always has trouble doing moonwalks and stuff. But bicycles in there, man, those are fun to do with.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered when Ryan didn't compete in skills last time.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Lower middle, I think I'm gonna put Joe Foley. Like bottom 6. He's gonna come out in freestyle. That's what my guess is gonna be though.
He's gonna cook in freestyle.
That's what I have to guess.
When was the last time we saw a ultra local cook in freestyle? I think that was probably 2022 fall when Juan Clish was wrong, you know.
I guess. Like, Armando did decent, but it wasn't particularly.
He did good, but, like, you know, nothing.
It wasn't standout. It was, like, decent.
Well, then again, all these drivers are testing out the new tracks, so I don't blame them.
You know what's kind of funny is we're saying Kayla at the bottom and like Joe Foley at the bottom very confidently, but in Seattle, the last stadium show, Kayla and Joe were both podium with skills.
Huh?
This is just like it's really hit or miss.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's the kind of the beauty of Monster Jam is you don't have any clue what's gonna happen. Let me pull up some of the older Glendale results because I want to see what we think about moonwalks versus like other moves because I feel like moonwalks don't usually get high scores here. It feels like not compared to certain things. Like yeah, Todd won 2022 with bicycles, and then Cole did a bicycle got really high. So I think Chris top 3.
Oh yeah, Chris Cole for sure.
He is very hit or miss with our dirt though. I realized neither of his shows last year he didn't really get any traction that he was looking for. A little bit for one part in September, but not a ton.
He did a better bicycle in September when he drove Brutus.
Yeah, he did. Monster Mutt didn't really get what he wanted, but maybe he'll be ready this year.
Oh yeah.
I think Adam top 3 maybe to round out that.
Oh, if I recall, this is Adam's first stadium show until his last stadium show was in Detroit, if I recall.
Dang. That's a while, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. For the past 2 weeks, they've been doing arenas, and yeah, of course, Adam knows new stuff, but it's a stadium. So I mean, hasn't done a stadium show since Detroit. So
yeah,
I mean, I can definitely see maybe around 4 or 5.
So upper middle, we would say there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see.
Who do you want to round out top 3 then? Maybe Camden?
Camden for sure.
Okay, Camden will be our last for podium then. So we have Too Tall is left. Jim is left.
I can say Too Tall, lower middle. Jim in the lower middle as well.
Alright, I'll get them in. So that leaves for upper middle Bari and Corey.
Corey is better, so I'll definitely put Corey in upper middle.
Yeah, that's all the drivers in right now. I think. Wait. Am I crazy?
Who are we missing?
Do we put someone twice? Why do I have some... Oh, no, I'm just stupid. Okay, yeah. No, that's everyone. We're good. Let me change the size on that. Alright, that rounds out skills. And that leaves freestyle. I have an interesting take on freestyle that I've honestly been thinking about since this past weekend, because I feel like it's kind of a theme that we see here in Glendale. I don't think Ryan's gonna be top 3 because he never gets good luck in Glendale freestyle, like ever.
We need to experience a crazy Gravedigger freestyle.
Oh, for sure. I think Adam's gonna be ready.
I mean, just Weston's freestyle last fall was so good. The amount of air he had, and then that backflip and that crash he had, was a good Gravedigger freestyle. But, you know, Adam, last time he was in Glendale was fall 2020. He had a pretty good freestyle, but I expected more from him, so hopefully he can cook something up here.
Well, especially with it being a series and coming into the World Finals, I think that does kind of raise the competition a little bit compared to like some random postseason events. That'll also probably work in his favor there.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, I don't remember Cole getting an overall here. That's weird. Anyway,
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So we're thinking Adam top 3 then?
I can now see Adam doing top 3.
I'm not thinking Ryan top 3 because 2022, late 2021, Ryan came out for freestyle, only got like 2 or 3 hits in. Then, in, October 2022, he wasn't there. In 2023, the first show he couldn't freestyle, and then on the second show he barely filled much time in freestyle. He only got like half the clock in. He just doesn't have good luck. But I could say upper middle, I think, for Ryan if I'm gonna do that.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with Ryan this year.
What do you think we should say for Ryan?
You know, I know for the past 2 years he's been struggling. Well, 3, he's been struggling to have a good freestyle run. But hey, I have a feeling that this time Ryan's gonna cook something. He's gonna cook something like we're talking about like 2018 Glendale Ryan Anderson.
Yeah. Even like 2019, he had that like early crash, I think, didn't he? He did like yeah. You weren't there, but I remember that.
Yeah, something like that. Like I would love to. I never seen this from Ryan before, but I would love to see Ryan do a backflip to Mohawk. That would be cool.
Yeah, I saw the like one of the pioneer ones that he did in like 2020 here.
Yeah, no, it was his body was shedding, if I recall from that
Yeah,
show.
yeah, oh yeah, it was pretty much gone at the end entirely. Yeah. Like there was nothing even left of it by the end, so that gave Ryan a lot of points there. Yeah, I'd say Ryan. I'm gonna guess upper middle for Ryan, so like top 6 drivers. I don't know. He doesn't seem to have that podium luck here in Glendale. What do you think about the let's get the lower ones out of the way. Who do you think is gonna be at the bottom?
Soldier Fortune, Vendetta,
Both fair.
and possibly Thunder.
I might debate you on that last one. Maybe. I think Colt might place a bit higher than that. We'll see. Maybe freestyle is just so varied. It's really hard to have like a solid stance for freestyle. Let me check what did we see in Seattle for freestyle? I mean, obviously Gym 1, but that's not really what I'm talking about. You know what? Camden hasn't really been placing super high consistently. Like, he's had a couple high ones, like Arlington, but overall, it doesn't seem to always be the best. So I'm thinking upper middle for Camden as well. Just based on where his consistency has been. Ooh, freestyle is just a tough one. What about Joe Foley? Like, he could have the best freestyle. He could have.
I can definitely see him in the upper middle.
Upper middle, okay. So that would be all the upper middles then. I want to see him get that freestyle win so bad, but I don't know. He did really good in freestyle last time he was here.
Yeah.
The amount of air he got was insane. And you know, Chris, on Chris's latest post, he was also talking about air. So
yeah, he loves Glendale, which I appreciate.
Should we put Chris top 3?
Definitely.
So we only have room for one more driver in top 3. Maybe Corey.
Yeah, Corey.
Should we?
Last April.
Let's get Corey in that one, I guess then. So that leaves. We have Too Tall, Jim, Colts, and Bari. So one of them has to go in the bottom 3. But
Alright, so Jim, Too Tall, lower middle.
That's fair.
And I guess you can put Colt in the lower middle too.
So that would leave Bari. I think that's fair. again, it's really anyone's game. And Bari also did really good last time he was here, but as did Colt, so it's kind of difficult. So we have for the bottom three, Mike Christensen, Caleb Blood, Bari. For the lower middle, Jim, David, Colt. For the upper middle, Ryan, Camden, Joe. And for the top three, Adam, Chris, and Corey.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty solid. So I guess might as well do an overall while we're at it. So just taking averages.
Overall, Ryan.
Well, I'm gonna... Actually, it's kind of... Based on the predictions we made, I think it would be pretty close between Adam and Ryan. But you think Ryan?
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna say Ryan or Adam. I'm gonna give us a little flexibility there, cause like so much of this comes down to how correct racing is by the time it gets to overall. Because again, like if Ryan and Adam happen to face off in round one, then all of our racing predictions just go out of the window entirely. So much of it comes down to that it's hard to make a solid prediction, and I think overall gets included into that. So I don't really know how to solidly say something, so I'm gonna say Ryan or Adam. I think for that is fair. So I guess what I assume since it's a points show, we're probably gonna see the full floor space used, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
It's always one of my favorite things. They kind of vary what they add sometimes. I think last time they used full floor space, they added that like the mini flip ramp, which was cool.
Yep.
And then that other little ramp on the other side. In 2022, they had like a jammer and a car jump and maybe like another jammer. So I think if we see something like that again, it could be cool. The one thing that sometimes I dislike when they do that is I feel like it takes away from drivers building up momentum, because they have the ability to build up a lot of speed and bring out a big jump, but they get tempted by the smaller jumps and then it kills a lot of their area to accelerate, I feel like sometimes. So you never know. But hopefully. And I mean, this track style is so different that you really don't know what to expect. Like, Glendale has never seen a track like this, really. We've seen things kind of like it, like in 2019 was kind of similar. But, like, it's a completely different game than that, too. So I feel like Glendale is going to be interesting, what we're going to see here. And it's going to be pretty exciting. This is just a completely random thing, but where the backflip ramp is going to be is a question to ask. Sometimes it's in the red zone, sometimes it's on the other end. You never really know.
I like it when the backflip is on the red zone.
I think...
Because that's what typical always the backflip has been ever since they had a backflip back in 2016. It's always been there except...
2020.
Was it 2020 when they added over there, and then again last year they finally added back over there?
Yeah, 2020 and 2023 they had it on the opposite end.
Yep.
And then also kind of the September show technically too, since it was built into that ramp. But I kind of liked that personally. The one downside to it is if you do sit on the side that's not the end zone, you get blocked by one side of it entirely.
Yeah, that's right.
But generally, like, when it is in the end zone, no one's sitting in a spot that's going to be too blocked out from that. So I could kind of see both sides being better or being worse. I don't know. That's just a very random thing, but sometimes it's fun. But with this track style, I feel like it probably won't be in the red zone, right? I feel like, well, no. I don't know.
Oh, then again, where are they going to add the mini flip ramp? Or do you think they'll add it?
Well, they could do another separate ramp, or they could just do it what they've been doing with, like, that jammer style ramp. And I could really see either way being completely reasonable, completely, like, logical. So I don't know. It kind of depends. I think with the way that Glendale is, it would honestly be smart to, like, flip the entire track around. And I know they won't do that, but it would be really cool to, like, have... instead of the berm being on the like the near end. It would be cool to have the berm be on the red zone end, and it would give the trucks more like room to kind of air it out. But I don't think they would do that because they never do tracks that way.
Lately, like for example, like the San Diego tracks or the Anaheim tracks, they've been having like two trucks like lined up like like together like separately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It's right, bringing it like a little throwback how racing used to be from Glendale 2016 through 2017, where it was kind of like Vegas style racing.
It was, yeah. They came down from pretty much from the tunnels and did that.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
That's why I think they gotta bring the World Finals or they gotta bring the Superstar, one of the two.
Yeah.
Our stadium's big and it's perfect for that kind of track design, so I think it would be a great idea to have that.
Oh yeah.
What about, do you think there's gonna be any certain highlights at this show that you're gonna be looking out for?
I'd love to see a Jim Kohler do it back again. Joe Foley definitely. Maybe Cannon Murphy who can cook again. Oh, hell, why not? When was the last time Too Tall cooked something? Like when you get a Too Tall freestyle win, like that would be cool.
Yeah, Too Tall this season. He's gotta pick it up, dude.
I know, man.
I like coming into the season. I was like Too Tall for World Finals all the way, but like I don't know what happened.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. But hey, we got Dalton to World Finals, so that's what we were looking for.
Get ready to do the lyrics of Personality and SoFi, buddy.
It's clobbering time.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I really just want to see Chris get his footing and skills here for once.
Yeah, I want to see him do a crazy side moves. That would be cool.
Yeah, or at least some kind of save or something like that, because he usually will try to do a bicycle, but he can only keep it up for 2 or 3 seconds, except that one he did in Brutus was semi-decent.
Yeah.
I really want to, I'm not predicting that he will, but it would be really cool to see that.
Well, what's your section for this year?
Gosh, I don't know. It's in the same general vicinity as the normal one I get. So, usually it's like around 126 to 131, like somewhere in that area. Or is that, no. No, it's like 126 to not that. 126 to like, wait, no, I'm saying this all backwards. Like 128 to 123, I think, is usually the area we're in. I don't know. It's like, it's the corner. You know, the corner, but not the, by the red zone, the other one.
Yeah, I actually sat there in Glendale 2009, believe it or not. That was actually the section I was at.
The throwback show. Yeah, we were doing 127 for all the shows until it became more expensive, and then we went a little bit more towards the end of the track.
Definitely my best seats ever for Glendale was section 135, legit the first row. That's probably the best seats I ever got.
Which show was that?
That was Glendale Fall 2021.
Oh, that's where you were right from the Maximum Moonwalk?
Yes, sir. That's cool.
Yep. That was yeah. I feel like the seats are cool, but like there's not really a like it's cool to have the best seats, but at the same time it's like by the time you don't have those seats,
you gotta experience it one time. Okay, like yeah, it's the best seat, but like then again, like it kind of sucks because like you're kind of far away, especially like if you have like a camera trying to like zoom in.
Yeah.
Not really, because like you're like in the corner stadium, but like you gotta experience good seats one time.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
It's a fun experience, but it's not really necessary to become a habit because it's like no matter what, you're still seeing the same show, and by the time you have different seats, you wouldn't even notice anything different about it.
Okay.
I feel like if you're recording, I get it. Maybe at that point or maybe like what I did was recording too one year is you go to the top of a section, and if you have like an actual camera or something that zooms.
Or if you're lucky, because I know people love to leave like after halftime, you can just steal their seats.
Oh yeah.
That's what I kind of did in Glendale 2022. I know in 2022, both shows actually, I sat in the same section at section, I think 118. 118 or 117. And when halftime was over, like legit people left. I'm like, oh, I'm just move below so I can get quote unquote better seats.
Yeah, I don't understand why they even do that. You're missing the best part. It's probably the newcomers though.
Yeah, well, I mean, then again, I mean, we were kids too. Probably were like tired after halftime, but we got used to it.
Yeah, that's true too. Falling asleep in the middle of freestyle.
I legit remember my first Monster Jam show, Phoenix 2009. I legit was getting sleepy until I heard the Gravedigger theme song in freestyle. I was like, I'm awake now. I was like, oh my god, Gravedigger is coming.
Dennis? No, it wouldn't have been Dennis.
No. Phoenix 2009 was Pablo.
Yeah. We never got Dennis, like, at all. We only got Dennis in, like, 2016.
I know. But, Glendale 2009 actually did, I actually did not fall asleep at all, because that was the best Glendale show ever.
That's a take.
In my opinion.
Yeah. It really depends what era you grew up with, I think.
Well, okay, in my opinion, the second best show is Glendale 2016, with Dennis's first ever back. That show was good, too.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yep. It was Dennis's first ever landed backflip.
I actually had no clue about that.
Wow.
Well, it was the chrome body, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. I love that body so much.
Was that no, that was 2015 that, well, what year was it that Colton Eichelberger's tire, or no, it was Jared maybe? His tire, like, ran and then parked on the backflip ramp.
Yeah, that was, I wish I was at the show. That was October 2016.
Yeah, I remember that show. That was cool.
Yeah, I still don't get the idea why we have 2 shows every year.
I'm not complaining.
No, well, it's just that, like, when the fall shows, too, like, it's very low attendance, and, like, this, like, Phil, are you paying attention to, I don't care, I'm still going, but another thing that I hate is that, for example, I believe Houston, they also go twice a year, right? One January and then one fall, if I'm correct.
But they usually do at least 3 shows in Houston each year.
Yeah, so but they do like one January and then one like during the fall, if I'm correct.
It really depends what year. Some years they do like 5 or 6 events too.
Well, that and Arlington to do fall shows too. And well, I guess over there they're better Max D fans over here in Glendale because we had Tom since Glendale 2021 fall.
Yep.
Sucks.
Well, at least we got to see him at the Superstar one last time. Can't wait for Tom Metz to return to drive Sparkle Smash in the World Finals stunt.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, buddy.
It would be the best moment in Monster Jam history.
That's not gonna happen.
I wonder who they are gonna have drive it, because, like, I really don't understand, because I feel like they're gonna want a female driver, but I don't know who's gonna do a stunt like that.
Well, it needs to be an experienced female driver.
Maybe, like, I could only really think, like, Lindsay? Like, that's,
All
that's,
right,
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet you were happy when she won last week in Foxborough.
That show was just meh anyway. I didn't really care at that point.
Man, thank God we don't get any muddy shows, am I right?
Yep. That was too extreme in January.
Okay, well, I'm talking about
Monster Jam. Phil loved that show.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going into the Superstar, I was terrified it was gonna rain.
Nah, I mean, it was definitely cold, but
it was nice out. I liked it.
I remember seeing the temperature. I remember like seeing like cloudy. It was humidity too, but like luckily rain didn't come for us, and the show was good.
Yeah. More than good for sure.
Let's see. Oh yeah, then I went to Monster Jam 2014. That show made me pissed off.
The World Finals?
No, 2014 Monster Jam Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix.
Colin Horns running Gravedigger, finals of racing with Jimmy Crane versus Colin Horn, the Gravedigger, when he passed the final turn, did a rollover. Hunter won the race. And believe it or not, Norm Miller and A Police won freestyle.
Who was driving?
Norm Miller.
Oh.
One of the original drivers from NA Police.
Yeah. That truck used to come around all the time. Like that was one of the only ones that was like a regular here in Glendale compared to other places. Like NEA would sometimes go to other places, but it was always here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the truck. I preferred Doomsday.
Yeah, I wasn't really. The blue one was better than the silver one for sure. In my opinion. At the end of the day, though, I kind of liked all three of them. They were all pretty decent. Well, I'm mostly just excited for this event because, I mean, last event was November, so 5 months later, over 5 months later, basically 5.5, and we're going to get another event going. That's exciting.
Well, after this, you know it's time.
Oh, yeah. First ever. That's going to be exciting. It's already exciting when news gets released, but it's more exciting when the news about the event gets released that, like, for an event you're going to be going to. It's just, like, a different experience completely.
Yep.
I just really want to hear what the lineup's going to be.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Oh, I thought it was going to be, I think, here's my World Finals predictions.
Let's see, you went 16 Kurt Kramers?
We're going to have Kurt Kramer, we're going to have Mark Hall, Angelina Knock is going to be there, that's for sure.
Okay, look, buddy. Out of all the drivers, Joe Dennis needs to be there, okay?
Joe Dennis!
I think he's going to drive the Smoke with Smash truck.
Oh, maybe Rihanna could drive it, honestly. For just the stunt, not long term, but for the stunt, I think that could be possible. I don't know. You never really know. Well,
could you imagine like the surprise driver and just talking about like, here comes Sparkle Smash, and then like we don't know who's the driver, does the stunt, comes out. Hey guys, it's me. I was trying Sparkle Smash. This is the last truck I ever drove. Can you believe that?
This is where Dennis Anderson's gonna come out.
I'm gonna hand the keys to Blake Ranger because he deserves it because he's maximum destruction.
It's just what he wanted. I don't even know what the stunt's gonna be. Probably a truck jump, honestly. If I had to guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you saw the ad, there was a bunch of cake. Imagine like jump sort like I don't know, like 10 huge cakes.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole birthday party thing. I have no clue.
Look, at least we're getting Sparkle Smash.
At least. I don't know who's gonna drive, but it'll be someone.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about everything to cover here. We got racing, skills, freestyle overall, all done. Glendale's gonna be fun. World Finals, I'm honestly looking forward to. We're gonna do. You want to do a World Finals prediction stream once that lineup's out?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely do one.
Yeah, and usually for World Finals they put out the bracket too, so you can make your own bracket like guesses as well. So that'll be fun.
For sure.
Can't wait for the World Finals. Can't wait for Glendale. Only 4 days away. That's super exciting. Do you have any final notes here for the viewers?
This year, guys, you're not going to see me do a full show. I'm just going to do a vlog for this year. If you want to check out the full show, my buddy Jackinator or my buddy Mac Bulleye Max. It's going to be first time ever to come here in Glendale. We're going to throw it down. And, yeah, Glendale this year, that'll be a movie.
Awesome. Something that'd be pretty cool. Well, again, I know a lot of fans, including myself, are all about those full shows, but definitely do check out what Max has planned. It's going to be unique. It's going to be, again, it's a lot different than what you would usually expect, so be sure to check that out as well as the full show. Give you something a little different to see. That'll definitely be fun. Can't wait for the show. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully these predictions were accurate or semi-accurate. We'll see how they went. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream. It's been an awesome hour. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow or maybe Thursday with Detroit 2, the final points event of the BeamNG Monster Jam Destruction Series points series. Before the World Finals takes place. Can't wait for that event either. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. And I'll